Okay, so this is preparing a lesson. I've got a template here which I'm using, and it's already pre-filled out. What I'm going to do is snap that to the side of the screen, and so that occupies one side of the screen, and then I'm going to open up Google Chrome or even Firefox. I'm going to go to VQ Plan and go to Plan. I'm going to type in the topic of the lesson. For this lesson, it's going to be about photosynthesis. The next thing that I'm going to do is take a look here at the different links that I've got, and I'm going to open a couple of those in the background, which I'll come back to later on. Then I'm going to have a look at the different titles that I've got available. I'm going to put one of those into the lesson just here. So this is going to be an introduction to photosynthesis, so I'm just going to drag that from one side to the other, and that's how this planning process works. Let's take a look at the objectives that I'm going to put in for this lesson. We've got over 100 objectives to choose from, and I'm going to, for this lesson, have students explain how photosynthesis works. And I'll put in a learning objective that the lesson is contributing to, and I'll also fill out a previous learning. The beauty of planning like this is that it's very quick to put in a structure and bulk of the writing. I can then go and customize anything later on. For this lesson, I've got 4 different activities, so I'm just going to choose those now, and I'm going to, in this lesson, actually do a children's book. So I'll put that in, just drag that across, and then for the next activity we'll get students to make an odd one out for their children's book. I will then have a character profile, so what would photosynthesis be like if it were a character? And the final activity, I will get students to, let's see, present. Let's present their books would be a nice way to finish. For the plenary activity, there's a whole range of different options to choose from. I'm going to get students to reflect on what was interesting and why they found that interesting. I need to finish off my lesson with differentiation, so I'll add that in now, and we're going to be differentiating by attainment, and I'll put in a formative assessment. We'll do that using traffic lights. So that brings me nearly to the end of the lesson. I just need to add in a nice introductory activity, and what I'm going to do for that is use the links that we had earlier. So here I've got Flickr, and I've just searched for photosynthesis just by dragging that link from VQ Plan. So I'm going to put in those images, and we'll take a look at those at the start of the lesson, and then let's just finish now with homework. So I want to put in a homework activity. Let's have a look at what we've got here, and we'll do a news story, and I'll come back to the link that I made to Google News, and I'll drag that across so that I've got a news story in there, and that's planning using VQ Plan. Very fast.